Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I just wanted to give a quick situation update. We are home, safe and sound, but I want to explain kind of what went into us getting home and what happened. So we were down in Alabama and dispersed camping most of the time. We stayed at some campsites and stuff, but we had ran into town to get a few things, and when we got back in the truck, the transmission was in limp mode. So when I pulled it down into gear drive, it went to like the indicator went over to the manual, like so that you can manually shift it. Went over to the manual mode, and then it displayed number 4. So the transmission was in 4th gear. That's all I had. So it was in limp mode. I've got my Banks tuner with me, and it has a scan tool. And I was getting a TCM code, so. We were only a couple of miles from an AutoZone. We went there. I added about half a quart of transmission fluid, and it kind of brought it up to where it should be. It was super hot yesterday, but that didn't fix it. We tried a few different things, tried cleared codes, tried to reset, the way you do, hitting the brake pedal and turning it on and off and different things, but nothing was working. And across the highway from the AutoZone, I saw a U-Haul storage and truck center. So we were in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I was like, heck with it. We'll go over there, see if we can get a truck and trailer, and get this truck home that way. So I put a post on Facebook saying, hey, everybody, if you're states away, we're about 400 miles from home, how do you get your heavy truck home, if you have an issue? And we get over to U-Haul, and here's the situation, or here's the deal. U-Haul doesn't have a car dolly heavy enough for this truck, and they actually didn't even have a car trailer heavy enough for this truck. New this year, U-Haul has a toy hauler type trailer that I believe is bigger trailers, but there wasn't one within 100 miles. So that could be a thing. So what we decided was we'll just rent a U-Haul truck, drive it, unload everything out of the truck. They were going to let us leave it parked there because it's a storage center and it's got cameras on it. But we were going to leave this truck there in Muscle Shoals, drive the U-Haul home, and get somebody with a truck and trailer and go back and get it in a week or couple days, whatever, because we cut our trip short, so we had a couple of days of vacation left, so we could have went back and got it and then come back. It'd have been awful, but you do what you can in emergency situations. But just so everybody knows, that's why I specified in my Facebook post, how do you get your heavy truck and trailer or heavy truck home? Because there's no way, you can get a rollback, but that would have been outrageous. Price-wise to 400 miles on a rollback. So just be aware, if you have a bigger vehicle, a heavier vehicle, U-Haul doesn't have the capabilities really, unless they had that toy hauler trailer like I was talking about. But so what we did, we went and rented a U-Haul truck, unloaded this truck, and when we went to pull this around back, it was no longer in limp mode. So after I'd already paid for the U-Haul truck and we got everything unloaded, everything was back to normal. Which we didn't feel good about that, because we had talked about getting a hotel room in Muscle Shoals that night and then dealing with it the next day. The problem could have gone away like it did, after the truck cooled off. Might have been the issue. Sorry, my arm was getting tired. But I have an issue with my transmission that I need to get fixed. If we would have been in Bankhead National Forest and that happened, what do you do if you're in the middle of nowhere and you get stuck like that? So fortunately we were in town. We were able to get it taken care of. Yeah, it cost some money, but it was probably I feel it was the best option. So the truck drove home fine. Dewey drove the truck. I drove the U-Haul truck, and we just drove together home 6.5 hours. But something that was funny, this U-Haul place was full of U-Haul vans, moving vans. There was 30 of them there. But she said the only one they had available, and I don't know if it was because of distance or what, but the only one I could get was this 26-footer. So I had to pay for that, and it was funny because, you know, we had hardly anything in it, just our camping gear, and we took all the weight out of this truck. I took everything off, all but the tent. I even debated taking the tent off and putting it in the U-Haul, but truck made it home. So I've got to dive in to figure out what's wrong with that, transmission issues. I'm hoping it doesn't need a whole transmission, because they're proud of those. But anyway, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. And we'll have videos from this trip. We didn't do a whole lot of overlanding per se. We did camp in the middle of nowhere, but we weren't like off-road driving a whole lot. But we had fun. It was a great trip. Northern Alabama is beautiful. Saw some waterfalls and did some swimming in creeks. But we did miss out on a few things because we cut our trip 2 days short. But again, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.